Hey guys, Seth Lee here, back with another Apex Legends video. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now in today's video, we got some pretty big news for Season 15, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. So earlier this morning, Apex Legends tweeted out saying, bewitch your enemies with the Eclipse Battle Pass. Complete challenges and earn new rewards like Mail Order Monster, Revenant, Imperial Assailant Ash, and the Laser Eviscerator Charge Rifle. All this and more lands tomorrow, November 1st. So they released the Battle Pass trailer. I'll show some clips of that on screen right now for you guys. And not only did they release the trailer for the Battle Pass, they also released the patch notes for Season 15, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. So as you guys know, Season 15 is called Eclipse, and it will release tomorrow on November 1st with the new Legend Catalyst. So let's go over abilities real quick. Her passive is Barricade. You can reinforce doors, strengthening them and locking them to enemy spaces. Also, where doors have been destroyed, you can reinforce those as well. Now onto her tactical Piercing Spikes. You can throw out a patch of Ferrofluid, which turns into spikes when enemies are near. However, Catalyst remains immune to enemy spikes, so that is pretty interesting. Now onto her ultimate Dark Veil. You can now raise a permeable wall of Ferrofluid. Enemies who walk through it will be slowed and partially blinded for a brief time. So that is her ultimate. I think that will be very useful, especially since it can block out Seer's ultimate. But now onto the new map, Broken Moon. So this is the new Season 15 map. I'll show some clips of it on screen right now for you guys. And as you guys can see, it is a very cool looking map. Make sure to let me know down in the comment section below which you guys are more excited for, the new Legend Catalyst or the new map Broken Moon. But now on to the important stuff. So the Eclipse season map rotation has been changed. So now the following maps will be available for public matchmaking in the Battle Royale mode, starting off with Broken Moon, then Olympus, and World's Edge. So those are the three maps that are going to be in the rotation for this season. Now onto the new system of gifting. I have previously covered this, but you will now be able to gift skins with your own Apex coins to friends. All you guys have to be is level 10 and friends with your person you want to gift to for at least 2 weeks. So if you're friends with them for 2 weeks and at least level 10, you can purchase skins and bundles for friends and gift that to them with your own Apex coins. So that is a really cool feature. But now onto another new feature, stickers. So stickers are a brand new cosmetic that is being introduced this season that lets players equip stickers to healing items. I'll show the UI on screen right now. This is what it will look like when you are equipping stickers, and you can equip these to shield cells, shield batteries, syringes, medkits, and Phoenix kits. So a new cosmetic. I think it is pretty pointless to have these stickers on healable items, but that's all good. Might as well have more cosmetics because why not? But now onto the big changes. So firing range, all legends are now unlocked. So if you guys hop into firing range, you can use any legend, even if you don't have them purchased or unlocked. You can test them out in firing range and decide which next legend you want to unlock. If you are having trouble deciding, you can go test out those abilities in firing range and then decide. So I think this is a really cool addition to Season 15, the fact that you can use all legends in firing range. This should have been added a long time ago, but finally we do have it. But now onto the patch notes and the balance changes. Starting off with ranked, they changed the requirement for entry. You now have to be level 20 instead of a level 10. But now onto the balance updates, and unfortunately, I have to let you guys know there are no buffs or nerfs to any legends in Season 15, which is pretty crazy. No legend or character buffs and nerfs, but there are weapon changes and things like that. So let's get into that. So starting off with the crate rotation, the Mastiff is returning to the floor and the RE45 is entering the crate with disruptor rounds. Now onto the gold weapon rotation for Season 15. So all these weapons will be fully kitted out in the map. The R301, the Devotion LMG, the 3030 repeater, EVA 8, and Prowler will all be gold this season, which is pretty cool. Also, the Anvil receiver for the R301 and Flatline has been added to floor loot and crafting bundles. Also, the double tap trigger for the EVA 8 and G7 Scout, the rarity tier has increased to legendary, and they also made it so they improved the recoil for the burst fire Scout. So now if you have that double tap trigger equipped to the G7 Scout, the recoil for the burst should be a bit better now. So a slight buff for the Scout with that double tap trigger. Now onto the turbocharger, which you can equip to the Devotion and Havoc. They have made it so if you have the turbocharger equipped, then the damage is reduced by 1 when it's equipped for the Devotion and Havoc. So you guys will be shooting faster, but the damage will be slightly reduced by 1 for those weapons. But now onto the hammer point rounds, boosted loader, and kinetic feeder. All three of these have been removed from floor loot and crafting bundles, so those are no longer available. Now onto the crafting rotation. So the Spitfire and Peacekeeper are entering the crafter but the Havoc and P2020 are returning to floor loot. Now onto the Rampage LMG. So now it begins charged on the first time pickup from the supply drop. So when you first pick it up, it will already be charged, as well as they removed heat decay over time. So a slight buff for the Rampage LMG. Now onto the Rampage and Sentinel, they made a change. You can now recharge the Rampage and Sentinel before previous charge has expired. So previously, if you guys did want to recharge the Rampage and Sentinel because the charge was getting lower, you would have to wait until the charge was fully gone to be able to recharge it. But now you can do it in advance, which is pretty cool. But now onto the Mastiff. The ammo capacity has been increased from 4 to 5. They widened the blast pattern, as well as the damage per pellet has reduced from 14 to 11, and projectile growth has been reduced. Also, lastly, for the Mastiff, the reload can now be canceled with ADS. So all that together is kind of a nerf for that Mastiff. Now onto the RE45, which is a bit of a buff because obviously it is now in crates. So for the RE45, damage has been increased from 12 to 14, and also disruptor rounds now increase damage against shield by 30%. So that is a pretty big buff for the RE45, obviously, since it is now in crates. Now onto the L-Star. They have reduced the recoil at the beginning of the pattern, so slightly less recoil at the beginning of the pattern for the L-Star, and the stow animations have been adjusted to better match timings. Next, we have the Volt SMG. They have slightly nerfed it. They reduced the projectile speed and increased projectile gravity, so drop on the bullets. So the Volt has been slightly nerfed. But now onto the Triple Take, which has been slightly buffed. The rate of fire has increased from 1.2 to 1.35, and the choke charge time has been reduced from 1.1 to 0.75. So now onto the R99. They increased the blue magazine size from 24 to 25, and the purple magazine size has been increased from 27 to 28. So a slight buff for those magazines for the R99. Finally, the Peacekeeper. They reduced the projectile growth on the Peacekeeper, and that is the last change to all the weapons in Season 15. Now onto the Battle Royale map. So for the first ring, they have changed the pre-shrink time for Ring 1 on all Battle Royale maps. So now it has increased from 60 seconds to 90 seconds. So instead of 1 minute, it will be now 1 minute and a half for that pre-shrink time for ring number 1. Now onto quality of life. They updated the UI tab, navigation system, and presentation, as well as ziplines can now be pinged from a distance, and they decreased the time required to pick up 2 teammates' banners from their death boxes by canceling the initial banner pickup animation when you grab a second banner. So you guys can get those banners quicker now because the animation does not block you anymore. Also, they made some bug fixes. I'll show those on screen right now for you guys, but that is all I have for you guys for the Season 15 patch notes. Make sure to let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about the fact that there are no buffs or nerfs for Legends. I am definitely a bit surprised that they haven't made any balance changes to characters, but that is okay. We'll just have to wait and see. It seems like that the devs at Respawn think that Legends are balanced and don't need any buffs and nerfs, but I'm not too sure if I agree with that. But either way, there are no buffs and nerfs for Legends in Season 15. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really does help me out a ton. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. It's the best way to support me. But it's been your boy Seth Lee, and I'm out.